Afar Sultan of Afar people is opposing war in the Afar region. Who is this Sultan? How influential is he? And what about the past? Has he been really influential in Ethiopian politics, Eritrean politics? Afar region, very important now, keeping in view rising Eritrea Ethiopia tension. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching the channel. Two main news stories. First one is what a statement given by Afar Sultan. Who is he? Second news story is about the demand for the establishment of another regional state in Ethiopia. Let's start with this news story. I told you about a demand by Wollo Democratic Party, which submitted a case for making Wollo a separate regional state. Obviously, the call is being opposed by the Amhara region-based groups. Another call for the establishment of another regional state in Ethiopia. Shinasha Boro Democratic Party has submitted an agenda for making Metekel zone as an independent regional state. Boro Shinasha Democratic Party is based in the Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia. And this party is an opposition party. It wants Metekel to be a separate means under Ethiopia, separate independent regional state. Boro Shinasha Democratic Party says that capital of BG Assosa is far away from Metekel. Metekel cannot be governed from Assosa. Secondly, it says that Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is situated in Metekel zone. That is why this zone should be a separate regional state where people of all ethnic groups live. We know that Amhara region-based groups have their claims on Metekel. A few days ago, Amhara Fano National Force issued a statement in response to U.S. Ambassador to Ethiopia, Arvind Masinga's call for dialogue. And in that statement, AFNF said that Metekel of BG, Show of Oromia, and Humera Volkait, Raya should be part of the Amhara region. These areas were annexed and they're Amhara territory. This is what AFNF says. So Amhara groups want Metekel to be part of Amhara. Boro Shinasha Democratic Party wants Metekel to be an independent regional state, while the ruling party in BG does not want any change in BG's territorial borders. Back to the main news story just now. Afar region of Ethiopia is seeing rapid developments where several groups are operating. The region could turn into a war zone if situation is not averted. Ethiopia definitely making war preparations. It is backing anti-Eritrean government groups in Afar. Eritrean Afar National Congress, Brigade Nehamido, Sado, Teji members are being trained in the Afar region. Eritrea training an Afar armed group led by Ibrahim Usman, who's from the Ethiopian Afar region. Afar elders being contacted by Ethiopian National Defense Force. ENDF reportedly wants to expand its military presence in the Afar region. Tigray fighters also being trained in Afar. TPF, Tigray Peace Force members are being trained in in three, I think, 3 or 4 locations in the Afar region. And there has been a Afar Somali conflict ongoing for years. So Afar region needs to be very careful because Eritrea Ethiopia conflict could erupt in the Afar region. What is going to be the role and position of Sultan of Afar if war erupts, or is he supportive of war or not? Ahmad Sultan Ali Mira was the traditional elder of Afar, traditional chief of Afar, all Afars, Afars of Ethiopia, Afars of Djibouti, Afars of Eritrea, etc. He was very influential man. He died in 2011, I think. He was on good terms with Haile Selassie. When Haile Selassie was replaced by the government seized control of the lands owned by Sultan Ali Mira. Sultan Ali Mira had huge property in Afar region. He was an influential man back then. So he had to flee the country. When EPRDF came to power, he returned. But then he developed differences with Meles Zenawi, and he wanted actually to be an Afar independent regional state under Ethiopia, but having Afars of Ethiopia, Afars of Eritrea, Afars of Djibouti part of that state. I think Meles was not interested in interfering in Eritrea. A stage came when he realized, though Meles led EPRDF backed Eritrean opposition groups, yes, we know that, but he was not in favor of direct interference in Eritrea to make Eritrean affairs, Ethiopian affairs, and Djibouti affairs part of one regional state. He was not supportive of direct intervention in Eritrea. And I think he disagreed with Sadkan on this issue during war. 1998 Eritrea Ethiopia war. Sadkan wanted march deep into Eritrea. Meles Zenawi disagreed. Anyway, uh, so Sultan Ali Mira developed differences with Meles Zenawi, and then he left Ethiopia, I think. He died in 2011. He was succeeded by his son, Hanfare Ali Mira. I think he is the Sultan of Afar now. When people say that Sultan Ali Mira of Afar has given an interview, we're talking about his son, whose name is Hanfare Ali Mira. He uses his father's name as his second name, Ali Mira. Hanfare, in an interview this week, opposed war in the Afar region. He said, we don't want our territory, the Afar, to be a battleground. Does it mean that this Sultan, who is not as influential as his father, does it mean that he won't support Ethiopian government's activities in the Afar region? I don't know about, just an analysis for you. It's not based on information, but analysis. Since his father was supportive of an Afar regional state under Ethiopia, with Afars of Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia part of it, I think the Sultan might support Ethiopian government's plan. Ethiopian government is trying to lure Afars into supporting its access to Assad by saying that Afars of Ethiopia, Djibouti, Eritrea should be in one Afar independent regional state, part of Ethiopia, which should have Assad and sea access. So will this lollipop be accepted by the Sultan Hanfare Ali Mira? That remains to be seen. But so far he is opposing war. He does not support war. Publicly saying that he does not want his region, a far region, to be part of any war, to be a war zone. And the Sultan obviously has his following in Eritrea, in Djibouti, wherever Afars live in the Horn of Africa. And thanks for watching.